Texas A&M is nationally renowned for its unique traditions. Since 1985, the Aggies have received acclaim as one of college football's outstanding programs. This year's team has a lofty number 5 ranking and a realistic shot at contending for the national championship. Today, the Aggies begin defense of their Southwest Conference title against a traditionally tough opponent, Texas Tech, next on Raycom. It's the Exxon Southwest Conference Game of the Week. We expect a series record crowd of nearly 70,000 at Kyle Field in College Station today as the number 5 rated Aggies of Texas A&M play host to the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. Dave Barnett along with former All-Pro Dave Rowe and a 4-0 team, Texas A&M off an off week in which, Dave, they think and hope that they have solved what really has been their only major weakness so far this year.
And that's Jeff Granger. They found a flaw. The coaches looked at video and they believe they have found a flaw in his passing style. Now, this pass against Tulsa was a perfect spiral, perfect form. The results were a touchdown. But what they think they found is that his elbow has been getting too high. Now, everyone knows that Granger's an outstanding baseball pitcher. They saw it start in baseball with the elbow getting too high. The same thing was true in football. This week, they had a week off. Bob Toledo, offensive coordinator, looked at video. They took video. They made corrections. They went back to the basics. They said, hey, he had a great week. And R.C. Slocum told us he is ready.
No such problems on defense where they led the nation last year. They lead the conference so far this year. And again this year, they are linebacker U.
Well, they're taking over for Penn State as linebacker university. And it starts with Marcus Buckley. He's the outside threat, the sack man. Always in there. Great speed. And then you come inside to that rock, Jason Atkinson. Strong play from tackle to tackle. He flows very well.
They've got a challenge today against the number 1 rated offense in the conference, and Texas Tech coming off a blowout win last week over Baylor in which they think they solved some problems.
Well, they think they found some answers, and the answers start with Bam Morris. That young man is quite a football player, evidenced by last week, 157 yards rushing. When he scores, they win.
And his job is made so much easier by the nation's number 1 rated receiver, Lloyd Hill, who can really stretch a defense.
Well, every coach, Dave, loves to have a receiver that stretches the defense. It opens the underneath routes, but more importantly, Lloyd Hill is a threat every time he goes deep.
These two were picked 1-2 in the conference by the preseason prognosticators, and the winner today will be in the Cotton Bowl driver's seat. One of the toughest places for a visitor anywhere in college football, Kyle Field on the Texas A&M campus in College Station. Tough job facing Spike Dykes and the Red Raiders today. He thinks the key to pulling the upset is to avoid their self-destructive tendencies.
The thing that we've got to do, and there's not much doubt about it, we've got to really go play a heck of a football game. We can't have any, we can't beat ourselves. We can't have turnovers, have penalties, and do all those things. We're going to have to play very well and extremely hard and play for 60 minutes. And if we do that, then we'll see what happens.
And, Dave, our Southwest Airlines team must for Texas Tech.
Well, first of all, Dave, the quickest way to make a quarterback revert back to bad habits is to pressure him. Don't give him time to concentrate. No one has been able to drive the football against A&M this year. Tech needs the long ball today. And the crowd here at Texas A&M is a huge factor. Tech really needs to concentrate on its game plan.
R.C. Slocum, with Reveille as usual on the sideline, has the number 1 defense in the conference, but he faces the number 1 offense in the league, and he says big-time talent everywhere he looks.
They have a balanced offense. They present a great running capability with Bam Morris, with their quarterback on the quarterback draws and he scrambles. And then you turn around, he hauls an excellent passer, and they've got big-time receivers, particularly in Lloyd Hill.
So, Dave, the must for the Aggies.
Well, first of all, the A&M defense plays best when they dictate or force the offense into situations where they know what they're going to do. The Tech offense starts with Bam Morris. Last week we said 157 yards. A&M cannot allow him to get started. And last year on Raycom, you saw GHT1. That's Greg Hill time, 212 yards rushing last year. This year, they'd like nothing better than GHT2.
Those are today's Southwest Airlines team must, and we'll return to College Station with the opening kickoff after these messages. Fifth game of the year for the Aggies, but only their second here at Kyle Field. They opened at home on September 12th with a win over Tulsa. And today, with perfect conditions, you could not ask for anything better for college football this time of the year. 77 degrees, just a very slight wind, which really shouldn't affect much, we don't think, out of the east. To begin today's rendition of this series, which is led, as you can see, by A&M. But in conference games, since Tech joined the league, they lead 16-15 with a tie. 2 wins in a row for the Aggies. It was very close here 2 years ago. They held on against a late Raider surge and won by only 4. The last win here at Kyle Field for the Raiders, 1984, in a big way, 30-12. 31, so Robert Hall goes to work, the fine junior from Dallas Carter, who is the conference total offense leader right now at 256 yards per game, a 51% passer, 5 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And our Nations Bank starting lineup for the Red Raiders, featuring the nation's leading receiver in yards per game, Lloyd Hill, the junior from Odessa Permian. From their 32, first and 10, up the middle, and big room for Bam Morris, and a first down to the 45. Morris, the blockers up front featuring Charlie Biggers, their 3-year starter who draws the tough assignment of Sam Adams, the left defensive end. Let's look at the Aggie Nations Bank starting defensive unit. Adams, the #1 recruit in Texas in 1991. They're still looking for more consistency out of him, but a world of talent. Buckley, likewise, all the talent in the world. The senior from Fort Worth, Eastern Hills, a Butkus nominee this year. Derek Frazier says, I'm one of the 3 best.
Because Lloyd Hill uses that body so well, and Robert Hall always finds them.
A dual threat. And with protection, the ball batted down by Eric England. And Jeff Granger takes over, hoping, as we have pointed out, that he solved those technical problems that have that percentage down at a miserable 42%. Greg Hill, one of the top freshman running backs in the history of college football last year. His first 2 games much worse than his last 2. John Ellisor returns to the starting lineup at right guard this week after rehabbing from a sprained knee. All right, as the Aggies now look at 2nd and 10. On the defensive side for the Raiders, watch Hoffman. He was terrific in controlling and really shutting down Robert Strait in the inside running game of Baylor last week. Quincy White is their tackling leader. 32 stops coming into this week. Tracy Saul is now tied for 7th in the... Out of the 1 back this time. And the double tight end set. First, it looked like a nice, huge hole off right tackle for Greg Hill. Then it closed in a hurry. Quincy missing a few weeks with a sprained ankle. That's fullback. To the air was the idea, but Sean Jackson got there for the sack.
David, number 98, right there in front of you. He just pushes them right back into the quarterback. Late escape. You can see Matthews is still blocking against him.
Jackson with his team leading 4th sack of the year. Spike Dykes in his 6th year, 32-28-1 for Tech, and R.C. Slocum in his 4th year as the head man at A&M, 31-9-1. Raiders from their 32 send Bruce Hill in motion and give it again to Bam Morris, and Eric England is there to bury Bam at the conservative, trying to establish Byron Morris first, coming off his career week.
235 is being that jitterbug type runner, though.
Same thing here. The cutback will get him close to the 40, and he meets Patrick Bates. He enters the Bates Motel. Big 6'4", 225-pound junior safety.
But there's a crowd here today.
Morris with the pitch. Will not get it, I don't think. Sam Adams from left defensive end. On the stop of Bam Morris. They go from the split backs on 1st and 10, and on the draw play, major running room to the 27 for Doug Carter. Welcome back to the senior fullback from Dallas. Ankle problem. White and Wiley on the tackle as we check the Dr. Pepper roundup for the first time. Florida State ran back the opening kick to make it 7-0. Miami with 10 straight on top at the Orange Bowl. NC State on top in the second quarter at Atlanta. And Boston College, after 3 straight shutouts, finally scored on this week, and Wisconsin sits down. Ryan Matthews in motion. And again, they slip it inside to Carter. He was a step away from going all the way. John? Arkansas in a world of hurt so far. Scoreless this week against Georgia. Virginia broken feet since last spring. He is available today, finally. 2nd and 5, draw play. Greg Hill gets outside in the first down.
Play, Greg Hill blocked. This play, it's Doug Carter. Watch 32. Bam, he kicks the linebacker inside. That allows Hill to get outside. The play before that, it was Hill who was blocking for Carter on that 10-yard run.
Looking more and more like Greg Hill, Tom. Flip inside. This was Rodney Thomas from the fullback spot to midfield for Hill's backup, who lined up at fullback that time and was run down by White. Then lines up at fullback. Hill the setback, right up the middle, should have another first. Establishing anything through the air so far.
Well, it's the offensive line, and it's good vision by the back to see the slice, the hole, I should say. You saw needs to be a little bit stronger in there, hold his position.
1st and 10 at the Raider 43. And Thomas with one man to beat. Run down at the 6-yard line.
Every coach will tell you vision. Watch how quickly Thomas breaks back to the weak side. It's against the flow. It's not where the play is designed, but he saw a huge gap. He broke it, he took it, made a nice spin there, and he's down inside the 6-yard line.
1st and goal. And it is Hill to the 2. Quincy White, again, very active. And again, they call on Hill. Touchdown.
Style of Hill being the darter, but this time he just puts his head down. Watch this. Bam! Down goes the head, stretch across the goal line, touchdown.
Good kick coverage that time. Greg Hill, as we said, has been a different man his last 2 games compared to his first 2. R.C. Slocum says he's going to get even better.
I think with the option last year, the threat of Bucky running the ball created more opportunities for Greg. I think when we get our passing game a little further along, Greg Hill will look like Greg Hill. I'm very pleased with his work in practice. He's worked extremely hard, and he's given us great effort in the game. I think he'll end up this season, and the season ago we'll have had another outstanding year.
Ball intended that time for Darrell Mitchell, way behind him, deflected by Jason Atkinson. Ball audibilizing on 3rd and 5. And that one intended for Donald Marshall, who lost his footing as he made the outside cut in front of Aaron Glenn. King will punt for the 3rd time in this first quarter with 6:23 still to go. The Aggies play return all the way. A little lower this time. And Frazier stopped in his tracks at the 40. Greg Hill heads outside and nears midfield where he meets Tracy Saul. Rodney Thomas checks in the offset eye. Matthews the motion man. 2nd and a long 2. Granger on the waggle delivers complete. First down to Thomas out of the backfield. Through on the football field today. First pass complete for Granger with 9 minutes gone. Thomas. Big chunk, 6, 7, 8 at a clip on the ground. Big start and just 3 tries so far for Thomas. Replaced by Hill. Look at that hole off left tackle. Greg Hill inside the 10.
Gets an outstanding block on the top. That's what opened up this hole. I'll tell you this, Greg Hill knows what to do with that football when he gets down there. Not for Tracy Saul, he goes all the way in.
With 8-yard line, already leading 7-0. And Rodney Thomas squeezes inside the 5 before he's pulled back by Mike Licio. On 3rd and goal. Granger with a look, and that's incomplete, intended for Carter. The pressure came on the blitz by Licio. Field goal, he's 6-7 with a long of 44 this year. And no problem on this one.
21-yard field goal.
3:32 in the first quarter as they fire the cannon with a 10-0 lead. But that doesn't look too bad for Tech, who had to be thinking, what do we do 2 touchdowns down until the Licio play. Bruce Hill went in motion. Ball on the waggle. Finds Hill for the first time today, and a first down at the 33-yard line. If he was to end his season today, he'd have good numbers. Bam Morris off right tackle. Spun back by Sam Adams.
5, you want to watch a meeting? Right here. There's a bam and a bam. Good form by Adams, getting low, getting underneath him.
We saw Sam Adams KO Jamie Gill and bring on the Robert Hall era quarterback for Tech. 2nd and 8, all alone is Mitchell, and out of bounds at the 41-yard line. 500 teams in the top 25. 3rd and 2 for Robert Hall. On the roll, chase, dropped by Buckley. 3rd down. Flag is down as Carter drops it, circling out of the backfield. They are mystified at Doug Carter's pass-catching problems this year. He had a bunch of drops in the opener against Stanford. 4-zip at half, so a little bit better for Tech as they look at 3rd and 8, opening quarter number 2. And Hall chased and dropped again at the 19 by Tackleman. Which has been brought about by the dominance on the ground by A&M. 135 rushing yards. They get only 9 through the air and still have about a 100-yard total offense in. That's the problem. Mitchell went in motion, play action. Granger on the waggle, looking deep. Fires, caught, 42-yard line. First down grab by Short, the tight end, 16 yards.
Fascinated me into the NFL. Ran over me.
And you still remember. It is 3rd and 8, and Granger will look and fire it deep. This one wobbles and is incomplete, intended for Brian Mitchell. The coverage one-on-one was there from Donnie Brooks, and that was not the best delivery we've seen from Granger today. No. Mitchell in motion, 3rd down. Hall down again. And the Raiders still with only a pair of first downs. Lift to win. Nice job by Keene getting this one down to the 37 for Frazier. Wall set up on the right side, down hard at the 48-yard line. The kick went 52, and the return went 16. Greg Hill will be close for a first. Bart Thomas in the secondary made the tackle. Ryan Matthews in motion as they give it to Greg Hill for the first down at the 35-yard line. That's the problem. 1st and 10, up the middle, first man is Thomas, backs his way inside the 30, and picks up about 7. Who, like Thomas, came out of a very small high school program. Hill ran into the back of Licio. Licio will help out on this tackle with his back turned to the ball, and force a 4th and 2, which is picked up since the game began, and it would be 45 yards. On 4th and 2, on the ground, Greg Hill's second effort will be very, very close.
Day down. Now he doesn't touch his knee down. That's the secret. Watch the knee. When he stumbles here, you don't see the knee go down. A lot of backs would go down. He uses the hand. He stretches. The decision is whether the ball's on the line. First down, it looks like.
And that's not a normal human ability he just displayed there. That's 89 yards so far on the ground. Flat right. And Hill again, and stood up knocked back by Hoffman. That's how he did it in controlling Robert Strait. Long odds on this one, needing 11. On the blitz, they force another Granger incompletion. Ripping right up the middle. 3-yard effort by Venetili. And again, it looks to be more than the 5-yard breeze we began the day with. That one will fall short and wide right. Paul with a play call at the line on first down. And the catch made at the 34 by Mitchell in front of Aaron Glenn. And
gain, I should say.
Tony Miller checks in. In a 4-wide out look, they keep it on the ground for Bam Morris, who squeezes to the 36, and it'll be close for a first.
Heck, it's a fast snap.
About a foot needed on third down. And a lot more than that is there for Morris. 42-yard line first down. Pulled, and the only setback is Bruce Hill. Over the middle to Mitchell at midfield. And it'll be 3rd and 2. Then cutting the lead to 3. That's what they've got in mind. And Morris should have the first as he pushes the pile up to the Aggie 47. The 290-pound senior tackle Bigger. Wobbled by Hall, who appeared to fall on it. Already on 2nd and 11. Sideline route again, caught at the 42. And it's Mitchell again. Good protection. This time he goes deep for Marshall, and Marshall has it at the 16. First down. Ball ready to go for 6, and that one's complete as Lloyd Hill had to go to the deck to bring it in at the 5.
What play they're going to run?
To the end zone and incomplete. Marshall was the short man. Hill was not anywhere in that picture. They went. That sets him up in scoring range. On the ground and to the 1-yard line is Bam Morris at a minute 16 in the half. Bates making the tackle, and the Raiders will call their second timeout. From the 1, it is Morris on the ground, and he didn't get it. Extra blocker in the backfield is checked in. Big 235-pound Byron Miles, along with Bruce Hill and Bam Morris in the full house on 4th and goal. Bruce Hill with a man to beat, got there, touchdown. What a play by Spike Dykes, Red Raiders. Wow.
What a call by Spike Dykes. He plays to win.
Trimble Tech High School in Fort Worth produced junior Bruce Hill, who culminates the 13-play, 74-yard scoring drive. The only sustained drive this half you could be in the first quarter and a half, and then Tech got it, drove 74 yards, and with a little razzle-dazzle scored to make it a 3-point game at halftime. Granger just 2 of 7 for 25 yards. Is that a big enough sample to know whether he's really solved that problem?
Well, I think they felt that they were controlling the ball so well on the ground that they really didn't use Granger. But I did see Preston just before the end of halftime, just before half came up, Preston was up throwing 3 or 4 balls, so they may not be real pleased with Granger's stats either.
And Ryan Matthews in motion as the give goes to the first man through Thomas. And you see that high pumping style of Rodney Thomas straight up for a gain of at least 9, maybe a first down. Tech yet to go to that 8-man front, which has caused some running problems for Hill. Shooting into the backfield this time for the loss is Marcus Coleman. Up 2nd and 12. Ranger straight drop, And caught at the 44 by Ryan Matthews. First down, A&M. 17 yards. That's their biggest gain through the air today.
What play?
And it wobbled a little toward the end. We're picking nits on a 17-yard completion. 8th catch for Matthews. 1st and 10 Aggies. Pitch to Hill. Running room, right tackle. His favorite spot today. As marching smartly so far on the first possession of the third quarter. Carter, the motion fullback. Hill, a pitch left this time. And they're just fighting 6, 7, 8 yards at a clip. As Ryan Matthews shows his motion. And one more time. GHP. Greg Hill time, first down, 26-yard line. A whole lot of the same on this drive if you're the Raider defense. A shocker in progress in Madison in the third quarter. Wow. Arkansas just has no offense this year. Average needing about 4 yards. And the Aggies have not picked up a third down conversion yet. 0 for 6 on the afternoon. They need 9 here. And it's Hill on the swing pass. First down, 13-yard line. Cards as rushing yards. His first catch today, first down. Mitchell the motion man. Thomas first man up, and he's inside the 10. Second down. Thomas again slips inside the 10, lost it, picked up by Tracy Fall, and the Raiders take over at the 19. First turnover of the day, and it could be a huge one.
I don't care where you are in the field, don't quit. Big hit here. Look at the ball, just comes flying out, way up in the air. Tracy Fall, he knows what to do with it. One block, and he almost breaks this all the way down the sideline.
Mike Licio caused the fumble by Rodney Thomas, and the Raiders take it back. Hall with his visual audible at the line on 2nd and 10. He's got Hill deep, full layout, caught at the 40. The nation's leading receiver stretches for a 20-yard gain.
The team really tested today.
Better than a 2-touchdown favorite coming in as Hall is obliterated inside the 30. Buckley first, and then his friends arrive.
Back to defense.
Coach, he had the ball. Robert Hall airs it out deep and incomplete. In the backfield. And Rodney Thomas slices off big yardage off the left side to the 27-yard line. 14 yards, first down. At Rice, where Trevor Cobb is the number 5 ranked rusher in the country, averaging just under 137 yards per game. He's taking on Texas today. And then after they finish, they'll get ready for Houston and Southwest Louisiana. A home game for Houston, but it's at Rice Stadium because the Astros are in the Astrodome tonight. SMU missing that many players because of their NCAA suspensions today in their matchup at Baylor. Rodney Thomas breaking 2 tackles, another first down. He used Derek Cullors, who we saw return 197 yards for a touchdown last week in Dallas. Leads the nation by virtue of that return. His average nearly 35 yards per return. Texas coming into that game at Rice today with the record 26-game winning streak in the series with the Owls. First man through, Gross stretches. Ball was loose well after the tackle made at the 44 by Anthony Armour, and they had a 6 for Cliffrow, 2nd and 4. And the extra effort again, backing his way to the 48 was Thomas.
That's a good game.
Another good one today. Thomas will, I don't think, get the first. Staggered toward the sideline by Saul. Time, if you can be with us live. Halftime now at South Bend, Indiana. Still second quarter as Baylor wiping up on SMU in Waco. Halftime in Houston, 6-0 Texas. Mitchell in motion on 1st and 10 Raiders. 4:15 to the third quarter. Hall will keep it. He's got a lot of room. Slides to the 32, first down. A sea of green, and then the quickness in the secondary finally closing. That one ends in a tie. Boston College came in with 3 consecutive shutouts. They give up 24 today. West Virginia blocked a field goal inside the final minute. The tackleman in on it. Wisconsin continues to lead Ohio State. When was the last time that series went that way? And Georgia adds another touchdown at Arkansas. 5 ranked teams in the ACC. That again. Paul finds Hill out of the backfield, out of a Frazier tackle, out of another one. Foot race, and Bates finally saves 6.
But if he quits on the play, they score. Good time back there, line, giving a lot of time for Hall to look downfield. Finds Hill. Now he's down the sideline. Now Bates is going to come into your picture. He's number 29. Nothing but green grass. Ahead. Here comes Bates. He doesn't quit on.
Mike Honeycutt into the game. He's wide right. Mitchell inside of him. Hill wide left. Hall looking over the middle. And it's low, intended for Morris, and incomplete. A scoreless third quarter so far. Play action, Granger swings to Thomas. And Thomas met by Damon Wickware, the linebacker, and his linebacking mate, Armour. It was close. 3rd and 4 for Granger. Quick drop and incomplete, intended for James McKeon, the sophomore tight end. Sean Banks, I think, gets a hand on this one, and punting will be David Davis for the Aggies with 1:38 in the third.
Well, that time Banks is the backer. He's got the tight end off the line. He's number 46. You're going to see him just get a hand right on the right of your screen. Look, just get that hand in and knock that ball away. Big play. They should get good field position now.
Great day for Davis. Saul at his 37-yard line. Wind has gotten stronger as the afternoon has progressed, and it'll knock this one down at the 40. Saul knocked down at the 42. Looking to go to the air again. Bam Morris. Dragged to the 44 by Eric England. Good job by Hall that time, as he knew Buckley was bearing down on him.
Plus block.
Only got 2, 2nd and 8. To the sideline for Hill, and he will be close and probably have a first down. Largest crowd ever to watch the Aggies play the Raiders. That one delivered to Mitchell, and immediately meeting him from behind was Bates. 6-yard gain for Mitchell. 2nd and 4. Hall on the roll. Pump fake. Now goes Steve, and he's got him. Lloyd Hill gives the Raiders the lead. Very play.
They certainly do. Now, down the bottom of your screen is Hill. It's an out pattern. Now he fake pumps him right there. Now see when he turns up, he also has time. Look at the distance. Glenn bid on that fake pump. Thought he was doing the out pattern as they've done all day long. Hill turned it up. Hall had time. Result, touchdown. You want to see the results of a quarterback or reaction of a quarterback? This is it. Yes, finally.
Heisman pose there?
I don't know. It's a little high step, though, isn't it?
Lloyd Hill's 3rd touchdown reception of 92. The Saddle Tramps excited about the possible upset, but we've got 15 more minutes to go at Kyle Field. Record series crowd on hand, and most of them are absolutely stunned. But this Aggie team is a 4th quarter team this year. And they open this 4th quarter, 2nd and 7. The pitch to Greg Hill, first down, almost a bunch more. 32-yard line, and Quincy White made the saving stop this afternoon. 8-play, 84-yard drive culminated in Hill's 2-yard touchdown, and so far that is the only Aggie touchdown. They led 10-0 after Venetoulias' 21-yard field goal. And then, very late in the first half, out of the full house set, Bruce Hill took the pitch, took it in. 3-point halftime game, 4-point Tech lead. Wilbert Diggins is on as an extra wideout. And Granger, for the first time today, out of the shotgun. And this time Short will hang on and have the first down. Out of bounds at the 45, 13-yard pickup. He went right back to him. Long count by Granger. The gives to Thomas. Gaping hole. First down. Raider 41.
To complement each other like Thomas and Hill.
The tries so far in Norman. Rodney Thomas again. Breaking the first hit. Picks up 8 or 9. The tackle made by Marcus Coleman, and at the Orange Bowl, deja vu all over again. Miami by 1 in the fourth quarter. Georgia Tech's Scott Sisson, for the 7th time in his career, has kicked a game-winning field goal. He breaks the hearts of the Wolfpack to get set to take on Texas Tech next week.
They kicked that field goal with 1 second, I believe, on the clock.
2nd and 3. First man through Doug Carter. First down to the 30. And the Aggies have answered this challenge with more straight-ahead physical running. Thomas one more time. Not quite for the first. And now the backward surge, but the thought of the game was just inside the 21. 135-yard day for the backup tailback. Absolutely selfless. Short the motion man. They need 2. They call on Rodney Thomas, who will take it in. Tulius for the extra point. Davis holds, and the kick is no good. And he has missed his 3rd extra point this year.
Oh, and that's huge because that means a field goal will win.
Thomas gives them only a 2-point lead.
Watch the top of your screen. You're going to see the hole open up. There's, look at the move back. Almost gets touched in there. Then he sees that hole and just bursts through it.
Paul will look for the waggle and fire, and almost intercepted by Atkinson. And this one caught. And Lloyd Hill has a first down at his 45-yard line. Michael Hendricks ending a 23-yard connection.
Center breaks the zone. There he is, just looks that ball in. Got good field position now.
Bam Morris turns that one into a pickup of about 5. Check with me call. Paul makes it at the line, fires over the middle, and has Mitchell for the first down to the 33. A Stanford comeback in the 3rd quarter at Notre Dame. And Washington has first blood against number 20 Southern Cal. Washington does not play UCLA. That might be the toughest matchup in the Pac-10 all year. Miami adds a safety. They lead Florida State now by 3. Bam Morris for 4 or 5 yards. Raider.
He saw number 53, Peter Allen. He saw him go through a hole. He got right on his tail and ran right up through there. But if you're on Texas Tech sideline, you're saying, hurry up, clock. Keep on ticking off.
Well, 2 years ago, they faced down this, almost pulled it out. They get turned away at the end and lost by 4. Option pitch, Morris to the 27-yard line. Larry Jackson and Patrick Bates combined for the tackle. Blitz coming. Hall just got it off in time, and it is caught, yes, by Mitchell. First down at the 22. One official says a catch.
Bender. Watch the ball bounce up in the air, and watch Mitchell. The ball's going to bounce off here. Up there, now Mitchell just comes across. And the official on the backside thought it was no good.
Concentration by Mitchell to bring that one in. Blitz comes again. Going for everything. And incomplete. Draw play Morris. Inside the 20. Still going. 15-yard line. Bring up 3rd and a long 2. Atkinson brought him down. Morris again. So Larry drives him back. The mark will be everything. I think he's a little short. And what he would look at here would be about a 30-yard effort, and that's exactly what they'll go for, the 30-yard
Little slice.
out of Mike Honeycutt's hole. And he is good.
The crowd goes quiet, but there's a red section over there. I believe they brought 5,000 fans from Lubbock for this game, and they all cheered.
Did Dyke know it? Had it all the way. And 5:19 remaining.
And again, Dave, the situation for A&M, don't panic, stay calm back there. A lot of time, 5 minutes and 19 seconds. That's a long time in a football game.
Even if he doesn't right, Mitchell left on 2nd and 4. And Granger off play action looking to waggle. He will keep it for the first down to the 44. Hill and Thomas in the eye. And it's Rodney Thomas. His career day continues with a gain to the 49-yard line. Carter replaces Thomas. Some blocks for Hill on the sweep. He dives into Red Raider territory, and they'll give him the 49-yard line. The clock rolls at 3:38 to play. John Rodney Thomas, of course, replaces him on 3rd and 3. Rodney Thomas close with that second effort. If they give him the spot, I think he's got it. But it held him back, and they go for it on 4th and 1. And Carter, first down. Return. Lost regular season at Tulsa last September by 1. And Granger avoids the sack somehow. Finds short. First down. 28-yard line.
Talk about a play. Watch Granger. He is going down, right? Wrong. He's not going down. This would have ended the play.
Stanford coming from behind at Notre Dame in the 3rd, and it's all over in Madison. That's the biggest surprise in years in the Big Ten. This could be the biggest surprise in a long time, the SWC. Rodney Thomas to the 20. 3rd and 1. First man through, Gross. Still going, 1st and goal. Cliff Gross. 1 minute mark of this one. Rodney Thomas is inside the 5.
Now this is just like an extra point.
Granger on the roll, almost intercepted by Marcus Coleman. He was too close to Granger. Rodney Thomas, maybe the 3. And they will leave it in the hands of Terry Venetoulias with the clock inside 30 seconds.
A couple little swings with his foot, go through his normal motion. Forget about the impact of this kick. Forget about 3 seconds. You're down 1 point. This is for the victory.
This was the missed PAT earlier.
Watch it hit the left upright. He just hooks it. Boing, hits the upright, bounces out.
And this kick is going to be almost from the exact spot. It's maybe a yard longer, but center of the field.
with all the mechanics. Keep your head down. Follow through. It's just an average kick. When he looks up, it's not an average kick.
When he looks up, everything they have played for this year is still on the table. That's all that meant. And Florida State ahead of them with a loss today, so they can move on up. And how frustrating is that for a Spike Dykes team that could not have played much better?
They couldn't have played any better. They played a marvelous football game. A lot of people had them 2 touchdowns or better underdogs coming into this game. And that is the character of a football team that played their heart out. No shame in that loss today. You want to win desperately. They had a whale of a chance.
They pull it out. They had one drive to do it, and they did it. Jeff Granger's Aggies 19-17 winners over the Texas Tech Red Raiders at Kyle Field.
Of course, the question everybody wants to know is what was going through Terry Venetoulias' mind as he kicked that, as they called timeout 3 times.
Well, let's find out. Right from the horse's mouth, Terry Venetoulias.
Yes, sir.
If you can hear us.
I can hear you, yes, sir.
All
I can hear you.
Can you tell us what goes through your mind when they call timeout after timeout? You're left to think about everything that kick meant.
Well, that's what I try not to do, is try not to think about it. Things like that happen. You know, you come back and you miss one. You want to try to bounce back and make the next one. The best thing to do is try to stay focused. Think about what you got to do. I thought about how I do it in practice, and steps and consistency, and everything else just fell in place. And thank God, and I'm just glad it went through.
Terry, what did R.C. Slocum and your special teams coach say to you?
Hey, they just tell me, you got ice water running through your veins. That's the way you were born, that's the way you're bred, and you can do this. I think, we always have to overcome obstacles in our lives, and that was one of them. Missed extra point, put us down by 1, and field goal put us up ahead for the win.
We're just seeing the celebration afterwards. Did you fear for your life on the bottom of that pile for a minute?
You got about 3,000 tons or pounds or whatever laying on you. I mean, it's kind of scary after a while. I had a couple of blockers over me to protect me, but other than that, I was all right.
Terry, congratulations. Thanks for the visit.
Thank you very much, sir.
The man who pulled this one out for the Aggies.
Pulled it out. That's an understatement. What a kick. He did all the mechanics. Did them all right.
And the man who was helplessly watching from the sideline, R.C. Slocum, now joins us. You really had to be a psychologist with all the timeouts and the time that you had to try and instill all the positive thoughts into Venetoulias there.
I told him this is what he'd been waiting for. If you're a kicker, you got to relish these moments where you have a chance to really show what you can do. A lot of times those guys don't get the credit they deserve that belongs to them. This is a great chance to say, hey, I'm a part of this football team, and I count. I had a lot of confidence in Terry. He's made every clutch thing we've ever asked him to do, and I couldn't be happy for him and for the team.
R.C., there was a huge play, 3rd down. Granger almost went down on a sack from Dusty Beaver, Tech's nose man. He came back out and found his tight end. That had to be his biggest play of the day, too.
It did. There were a bunch of big plays. There in the 4th quarter, we had a couple times where it looked like we had him stopped. We had chances to intercept balls and didn't do it. One time we deflected one, and they caught it. So you just have to play through those things and know that if you keep hanging in there, we'll have some breaks, too. And certainly Jeff scrambling out and finding the tight end was a big play.
R.C., what can you tell us about Greg Hill's condition right now?
I think he's got he had a thigh bruise and just got it hurt again. I think he's going to be fine.
Well, you've got to be feeling fine right now. Congratulations.
Well, we've got a deal going with the concession people here. We got a little cut on the popcorn and Cokes that we sell. So we're trying to keep everybody here for the whole ball game.
And plenty of Alka-Seltzer, too. Thanks,
right.
R.C.
You're welcome.
Wow. 1970.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He's right about that. I don't think one person left this stadium. If they did, they just an unbelievable football game with just a fantastic end. Either way, it could have gone either way. Both teams just played fantastic.
Well, the engineer to the game-winning drive now with us, Jeff Granger. Jeff, let's pick it up first of all where you're almost sacked. You almost go down with Dusty Beavers on your back. How'd you turn that into the completion to short?
Honestly, I don't know. I felt the pressure backside, and I tried to duck out of it, and luckily enough, he just went right over the top, and I stepped up in the pocket and, saw Shorp wide open, and, fortunately enough, he was there, and I got it to him, and he caught the ball and made the crucial first down.
Jeff, we talked about today that you had made the difference in the passing with the elbow up high, and that all week long you studied it, you looked at the video, you went back over it. Bob Toledo, your offensive coordinator, made the corrections. How'd you feel out there?
Well, I felt real comfortable. I worked on it not only a week, but 2 weeks. We had it off week. So they filmed me every day in practice, and we went in there early. I went in there early to watch the film, and basically what my problem was is my back leg was coming over like a pitcher, and, I wasn't really dragging it. So today I try to concentrate on just basically throwing the ball, not trying to overthrow it, and, just try to hit the open guys. And fortunately enough, I was successful, and, we got the game-winning drive and then until it's his field goal.
Jeff, congratulations. Big win for you.
Thank you.